I got a new office chair. I found it on the side of the road. Yeah, so I was just throwing it out. My previous office chair was a metal lawn chair with pillows strapped to it, and I'm not joking. So, things are really coming up Millhouse today. This is very much an improvement. So, Xbox. Ooh, Xbox. They're still doing stuff. I'm going to assume that you are up to date on the Xbox-related happenings. You know, they just canned 4 different studios, talented studios who have produced highly acclaimed games, literally just so they could save a little bit of money and they could disperse that money among the rich people who run the company. Super gross. Slightly short-sighted, I would say, but what do I know? I'm not a millionaire. But whatever you may think about the financial wisdom of this decision, maybe somehow, somewhere at the company, they have this figured out. Maybe we just don't have all the info. Maybe somehow Xbox knows what it's doing. Here's the thing, though. You gotta look at public perception, and right now, public perception of Xbox is very, very poor. And that is very damaging to the brand, to the business. And yet Xbox, they don't seem to understand this. Xbox's Matt Booty was the one to break the news of all of these closures to the company at large. And the very next day, Xbox apparently held a town hall meeting, super annoying, gross, corporate-y kind of way of saying just meeting. And apparently, during this town hall, Matt Booty claimed, "We need smaller games that give us prestige and awards." If you've not been following, one of the studios they just shut down, Tango Gameworks, recently released the title HiFi Rush. This was a smaller to medium-sized project and was a huge critical darling. It won a bunch of awards. You could call it a small, prestigious title. You could. You could say that and it would be pretty accurate. So naturally, everybody is looking at this and just being like, it's that thing where I get it. You're evil. I get it. You're short-sighted. I get it. You're in it for the money. But like, be a little smarter about it. Don't be so openly, brazenly hypocritical, telling everybody that you're shutting down all of these studios to prioritize whatever, such and such, gobbledygook, corporate speak, whatever, and then the very next day announce to everybody, we need to be making the sort of games that the studio that we just shut down made. It's beyond words. And you know what? I was wrong. I originally thought that HiFi Rush must not have performed very well, and I think a lot of other people felt the same thing, because at some point when somebody was posing this question of like, how did HiFi Rush do? Was it really a failure? Xbox's own Aaron Greenberg replied on Twitter, HiFi Rush was a breakout hit for us and our players in all key measurements and expectations. We couldn't be happier with what the team at Tango Gameworks delivered with this surprise release. So by Xbox's own admission, HiFi Rush was a success in every way. It was a smaller game, it was a critical darling, and it was also apparently successful on the business side of things. A success in every way. And if that's not the kind of game that Matt Booty is saying they need to make, then like, what is? What could possibly be? What scenario is Xbox actually aiming for here? What can a studio do in order to be successful enough to not just get closed down purely to save a little bit of money today, right now? And here's the thing is like, it's not even just confusing that like, hey, we did really well. We did something and it was seen as a success and we got shut down. That's pretty backwards, right? No, see, that's the thing though. There's more information has been coming out. It's not just because it's not backwards. It's not just backwards. It's not like we did well, we got shut down. No, they got shut down apparently largely because of their success. Xbox was looking to save money. They were looking at all of their studios and all of their projects and deciding which ones to chop, which again is ridiculous. You have more than enough money to keep all of these going. You could keep them all producing good games. It is so bafflingly short-sighted to just cut off the foot to save a little bit of money right now. So yeah, it goes without saying, it's already ridiculous. But apparently Xbox was looking at all of these studios and they decided that out of all of them, the ones that still had projects in development being, that had been greenlighted, still being worked on, well, it's a little bit less convenient to close those down. Oh, but Tango Gameworks just produced a successful game, and now they want to make a sequel, and they're saying that the sequel is going to cost a little bit more, and they need to hire more people in order to make it. They're the ones that we should shut down. It's like they're not necessarily being punished for their success, but their success put them in a scenario where they were easier to kill. They were more convenient to kill, effectively meaning that their success is why they were shut down. What can I even say? What can you even say? And then you look at Arcane Austin, like, yeah, Redfall was not a success. It was a gigantic flop. But the fact that they had finished that up and they, if they were working on something else, then they weren't very deep into it yet. Again, very convenient to shut them down. And you could explain that one away so easily. Oh, but they made Redfall and it was terrible. So yeah, absolutely. Shutter them. Get rid of them. Fire them all. It's just incredible. It's just absolutely incredible. Again, just like, be smarter about it. You're gonna be evil. You're gonna do all this stuff. At least, come up with something good to say. Come up with some way to spin it. Oh, gosh. Oh, I almost forgot. Oh, my gosh. I could not forget this. Okay, so Bloomberg interviewed Xbox's Sarah Bond. So we're going to roll the clip right now. Serious cringe warning. Seriously, this is a really uncomfortable clip to watch. I'm a little sad I got to watch it again, but it's worth it for the payoff at the end. Watch this.
I think one of the things that was most upsetting both to Xbox gamers and to employees is that, one of the shuttered studios in particular just created a hit game, did really well on Game Pass in terms of engagement, and won a ton of awards. Shouldn't succeeding in that way ensure the future of a studio?
One of the things I really love about the games industry is it's a creative art form. And it means that the situation and what success is for each game and studio is also really unique. There's no one size fits all to it for us. And so we look at each studio, each game team, and we look at a whole variety of factors when we're faced with sort of making decisions and trade-offs like that. But it all comes back.
Oh my gosh, it's so perfect. Look what they just put it right up here. Xbox is doing just fine, and she's sitting there flopping around like a fish, trying to not answer the question. Oh, man. Oh, that is something else. That is something else. Oh, I just cringed so hard it hurt. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with at Xbox right now. No one has anything good to say because all these decisions have been made with zero sense. No sense, no logic. There is nothing that you can say. There is nothing you can tell the media that makes any of it make sense. It's just, oh. So yeah, that's what's still going on with Xbox. Cool. Oh yeah, and a quick correction. In the previous video I did on this subject, I said that Xbox forced Arcane Austin to create Redfall, but it seems that the game was already in the works when Xbox acquired Bethesda/ZeniMax, so the original decision was made by them. However, I do believe that when Xbox bought them, it was on them to correct any misguided projects, and they failed to do so, so I'm willing to put the blame on Xbox, ZeniMax, Bethesda, all of the above. I'll share it with everybody. I mean, devs just do what the upper-ups tell them to do, so if Redfall was a disaster waiting to happen from the very beginning, then someone or a lot of someone's up in the line did not know what they were doing and deserve the blame. So yeah, I just thought I'd clear that up, and I guess we're done talking about Xbox for today, at least. Sarah Bond and Matt Booty, wherever you are, hope you're enjoying your multi-million-dollar paychecks, while a probably not insignificant number of your previous employees seek unemployment. You've earned it. What am I talking about? I know exactly where they are. They're in Redmond. They're like 30 miles away from me. If I ever see them out on the street, I'm gonna give them the hardest, nastiest scowl I can possibly muster up.